Por and para is one of those topics that are not the most fun. Okay, they're the kind of thing that a native speaker is just going to know how to do by feel, and you guys have to just memorize these things. So I've broken it down in a way that I think is easier to understand than VHL. So watch this video, and then you'll do your tutorial this weekend and have some practice with it. I'll offer some additional practice on Monday. So let's take a look at this. I have this PowerPoint that I think will be helpful. And I'm out of order. Basically, you have two prepositions, por and para, and if you see the list below, you will see the reasons that we would use each one in each context. I'm going to go through it again. Sorry, this is bad. So let's start with por. If I were you, I would jot these down in columns, okay? Because sometimes it's easy to overthink this and not know what you need. Spanish is full of making decisions. Ser or estar, preterite or imperfect, por or para. So just want to keep these reasons straight. Okay, let me move my face out of the way. Okay, so por, the first reason is by, through, or along. So if I said, if you look at my example, I traveled throughout the entire country and I visited all the historic sites. It means you're literally going through somewhere. So right now I'm in my living room, and so if I say, yo camino por la sala, that means I'm literally walking through it. Okay, that's going to be important because later you can use para for something with direction as well, so you want to keep them straight. Through. Duration or fixed time. So in my examples, you see I slept for 8 hours last night. Oh, I wish. So a fixed amount of time. I brushed my teeth for 2 minutes. Right? That's fairly literal. The next one, listen closely. Reason is another thing you would use for por. I substitute this for due to. If you can say due to, then you want por. Here's my trick to remember this. Due, D-U-E, has 3 letters. Por has 3 letters. Okay, so if you can substitute due to, you want por. And that's going to be helpful later when you see para, because there's going to be another one that's going to seem like reason. So let's look at the examples here. Y es por ti que late mi corazón. That's a song lyric. So it's because of, it's due to you that my heart beats. How romantic. I arrived late due to the rain. See, that's the reason I was late. Object of a search. I'm going to go to the market or to the store for bread and milk. These days it's toilet paper, sanitizers and wipes, right? So if you go to the reason searching, if you go somewhere searching for something, that's what you're going to get. Means by which. Okay, this is fancy terminology for thinking via. Again, I've given you a 3-letter word in English, via, for the 3-letter preposition. So look at this example. We explored the city via bus, right? I received my notification via telephone, right? I walked to the park via foot, on foot. The means by which I got there or something happened. Exchange, you still want to use por for that. So if I'm going to give you $100 for your used iPhone, I give you this, you give me that, you want por. Look at this example. My colleague is sick today. I'm going to work for her. In this case, she is not my employer, right? I'm not working for her because she's my boss. I am working in her place. We're making an exchange. I'm subbing, right? I'm being a substitute. A unit of measure. All right, so if I'm saying don't go 90 miles an hour on I-81, that per hour, if you think of the word per, that's a 3-letter word. Again, VHL is not going to give you these helpful clues like due to, D-U-E, 3 letters, por, 3 letters, per, 3 letters, por, 3 letters, via. Those are my tricks to help you with this. So even though I know this probably isn't the most inspiring, make note of those little things. As you're doing your exercises, as you're doing your next quiz and test, those little 3-letter words will be helpful to get to the answer quickly. And then you have some idiomatic expressions that will always use por. Por fin, finally, which is what you'll say at the end of this video once it's finally over. Por ejemplo, a lot of you know, for example. Por aquí, around here. Por eso, therefore, and gracias por. You will never ever say gracias para. So if you wanted to say thank you for coming to the party, thank you for socially distancing yourself, thank you for not making us do Zoom classes all the time, Professor Vollmer, always going to be gracias por. Okay? And since it's a preposition, you will never conjugate after por. So if you wanted to say thank you for coming to the party, gracias por venir a la fiesta. All right, time for the next column with para. Again, if this video goes too fast, you can pause it to jot down to have two columns. All right, if you remember, the first example on por was through. I walked you through my living room, right? So that might seem like a direction. Para is what you use for destination. So let's see this example. We're going to leave for Madrid. That is where I am going. Okay? I am leaving for the airport, or we are leaving for the airport. Vamos para el aeropuerto. If I said vamos por el aeropuerto, that would mean we're going through it, not that the airport is our destination. So sometimes you can have the exact same sentence, swap out por and para, and you have a totally different meaning. So you want to be careful. It would be completely unfair on a quiz for me to give you this sentence with a blank, both of these actually, and expect you to know the right answer, because I would have to give you more context so that you would understand, do I mean walking around Madrid, or am I heading there because I'm not currently in Madrid? A deadline, so the test is for Monday. Your final project is for the 19th. If you notice, if you read my announcement, you'll find that I extended that due date. Para, deadline. Purpose. Okay, your clue here is the word in order to. If I can sub out the word in order to, you need para. This one is like the por example with reason, where we use due to, do with the 3 letters. So look at this example. I use my phone in order to connect or contact my friends. I don't use my phone due to connect to my friends. Okay, para in order to, por due to. That will work 99.9% of the time. Purpose. Okay, this one gets slightly tricky because you're already thinking of the word por with reason, and purpose and reason sometimes seem similar. But if it's followed by a noun, so look at this example, the ingredients are for the dinner. The purpose of the ingredients is because of the dinner, right? And this thing right here, this dinner, is a noun. You'll also use para if it's for someone, if it's a recipient. So the cap is for the student, the lunch is for you. It's going to be para if you can see who it is for. Comparisons. So this one is where you compare something to something else. So look at this example. For a student of Spanish 1, he speaks really well, meaning most students in Spanish 1 don't speak that well. They don't have that much skill yet. For a millionaire, he doesn't spend very much money. Okay, most millionaires do spend money. So for a millionaire, comparing to all the others, he doesn't spend that much. Employment. So my friend works for Google, right? Google is their employer. This is different from the example where if I work for my colleague because they're sick, I'm being a sub. All right, this is what your list should look like now that you've gone through this PowerPoint. You can see the reasons for por, the reasons for para, but again, I have throughout this video tutorial some tricks to help you. For example, reason with por with due, due to. Means by which being via, V-I-A. Unit of a measure being per. So use those to help you as you are studying and learning this information. I will be sending you some practice on Monday. So for now, just try to absorb it, watch your VHL tutorial, and do that practice.